Welcome. Today we're diving into the mysterious predictions of two of the most famous seers in history, Baba Vanga from Bulgaria and Nostradamus from France. Both have left behind intriguing and often eerie prophecies about the future of our planet, many of which seem to have already come true. As we explore their forecasts, we'll look at some of the most striking ones that suggest a turbulent future ahead. Baba Vanga, known for her remarkable visions, predicted that humanity could be on the brink of extinction by 2025. Yes, extinction. She believed a devastating war in Europe would be the catalyst for this catastrophic event, leading to the destruction of much of the global population. While it may sound like something out of a science fiction novel, her prophecy might be referencing the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, which has shown no signs of slowing down. In fact, the situation could escalate even further in the coming years, making Vanga's warning all the more chilling. Adding another layer of mystery to this, the famous French seer Nostradamus also foresaw the rise of violent conflicts across Europe in 2025. His predictions, much like Baba Vanga's, center around the role of Russia, which he claimed would be at the heart of these wars, ultimately leading to widespread destruction. Could this be just a coincidence? Or are these two seers, separated by centuries, tapping into something much larger? As if the threat of war wasn't enough, both Vanga and Nostradamus pointed to a deadly illness emerging in 2025. A global pandemic, perhaps? We can only hope their predictions are wrong, as the idea of a world-ending event unfolding before our eyes is not something anyone would want to witness. But there's a surprising twist in Baba Vanga's predictions that shifts away from all this doom and gloom. According to her, 2025 will also mark the year when extraterrestrial life makes its presence known on Earth. But unlike the secretive, mysterious aliens of many science fiction movies, Vanga suggested that this revelation would be open and undeniable to all. Imagine how such an event could turn our world upside down. If science were to confirm that we are not alone in the universe, everything we understand about life, technology, and our place in the cosmos would be questioned. The implications would be staggering, as humanity would have to reckon with a new reality. Baba Vanga also spoke of these extraterrestrials as being far more advanced, both technologically and spiritually, than us. Could their arrival offer humanity a chance to evolve? Could they provide the knowledge or guidance we need to survive the coming disasters? In a way, this could be our last hope, offering us a way to break free from the threats of extinction that loom ahead. Turning back to Russia, Baba Vanga made another bold prediction for 2025. She foresaw the death of Vladimir Putin, not at the hands of an enemy nation, but by one of his own citizens. The motive behind this assassination might stem from efforts to end the ongoing conflict and bring about peace. However, Vanga believed this act would not result in a peaceful resolution. Instead, it could worsen international tensions and plunge the world into even greater instability. The idea of political assassinations and escalating chaos paints a picture of a world on the brink of collapse. As if this weren't enough to keep us up at night, Baba Vanga also predicted that a biological weapon would be released by a nation in 2025. The details of this prediction are unclear. She didn't specify which country would be responsible or who the victim might be. But the thought of such a weapon being unleashed in the near future is enough to send chills down your spine. With the rise of political assassinations and biological warfare, it's easy to imagine a future that feels straight out of a post-apocalyptic film. Of course, we can only hope that these predictions are merely cautionary tales and not glimpses into the actual future. Meanwhile, Nostradamus also left us with a chilling vision. One of his most famous prophecies suggests that the oceans themselves will be in danger, with the red enemy causing a significant threat. For years, Russia was referred to as the Red Enemy during the Cold War, largely due to its Soviet past. Even today, many Western countries continue to view Russia with suspicion and concern. Could Nostradamus have been referring to the geopolitical tensions between Russia and the West, predicting that a conflict could eventually threaten the world's oceans and global security? But it's crucial to keep in mind that red is also the national color of China, which is now governed by a communist system. Under the Communist Party's leadership, the nation's economy is expanding faster than that of other countries, and it has such sway over other nations that it often clashes with the US. Are they the new adversaries of the Reds? Baba Vanga predicted that until 2076, communism will once again be in the forefront of discussion. However, this movement may begin as early as 2025. Many academics agree that Nostradamus foresaw Donald Trump's election win when he prophesied that a behemoth would have economic difficulties in 2025, but that this would be the best situation for significant transformations. The United States would be this huge. But what role does Trump play? Scholars relate this phrase to a biblical verse that the prophet mentioned, which states that a strong, divisive, and prominent leader will face fierce resistance. Although it's not specifically about Trump, it's difficult to avoid connecting the descriptors to the president who will be in office the next year if he continues to hold the position. He must use extreme caution, however, since there is a verse that warns that a rival nation would assassinate this king in the meantime, which is not hard to imagine. After all, Trump was the victim of a near-fatal assault in his own nation even before the elections. Man will devour his neighbor because wheat prices will increase so high. In fact, this is among Nostradamus's worst forecasts for 2025. Although the statement is startling, it does not imply that we shall really turn into cannibals. According to experts, Nostradamus foresaw such a ridiculous rise in food costs that the situation would become untenable. Imagine if the cost of bread, rice, and other necessities increased to the point that many people could no longer afford to put food on the table. When hunger spreads, those who would never consider committing crimes become desperate. They could be pushed to the limit, robbing neighbors, breaking into homes to get food, or even fighting over leftovers. In addition to predicting that Mars's light would diminish, one of Nostradamus's more intriguing sections describes a specific celestial fire that will take place on another planet. None of this is very apparent, of course, but according to many who study the prophet's writings, it has to do with Elon Musk's plans to colonize Mars in the next few years. There is ongoing discussion on the true meaning of these expressions, since the billionaire and NASA are working on initiatives to further the goal of sending humans to dwell on the red planet, which might happen by 2050. The issue of Mars will be heavily discussed in 2025. And even if everything here on Earth goes according to plan, we will still have to be concerned about external threats, since the French seer also said that the planet may be struck by an asteroid after the year ends. His biographers regarded his description of fire and a lengthy trail of sparks in the sky as a prophecy of an unexpected celestial object approaching Earth. An asteroid that was drawn to Earth by its gravity and circled the globe for a few days before returning to its regular path had already put scientists on notice toward the end of 2024. However, based on the forecast, the impact would result in a succession of natural catastrophes that, depending on their severity, may potentially wipe out the human race. Thus, it seems that this was not the one Nostradamus was referring to. Some people believe that this is all ridiculous, yet data indicates that, in Europe, the number of bunkers being built to protect people from natural disasters and conflicts has increased since last year. This suggests that, although not proven, many people are already looking to defend themselves, For us mortals, what will be left? That's all then. I appreciate you staying until the very end. Remember to subscribe to the channel and leave a like.